everybody, and welcome into the stream. It is a beautiful Saturday afternoon here in Western Canada, where your host GT45 Gaming is from. On the screen in front of you is something a little bit different. It is officially our rebrand time here at the Gran Turismo racing community. So what has happened over the last little while is we have ran a contest for the community to come up with some ideas for a new logo design, and on the screen in front of you is the end result, of course, of that community contest. So this is the official new logo here from the Gran Turismo racing community, and absolutely congratulations to Ms. Devious for, of course, the winning logo design. And it's in a little bit of a pink and blue hue here today, and there is a reason for that, and we're going to get to that here in just a second. But this is now what we are going to expect to see from the GTRC as far as their logo, merch, and anything future coming from the Gran Turismo racing community. So fantastic work, of course, here from the community, and excited to see what happens with the new logo. Always exciting. But that's not what's important here today, so we're going to knock that out of the screen here. We're going to get rid of that. Alright, so it is our GT4 Championship weekend here. It is expected to see round 9 at Trial Mountain today. However, sometimes real life kicks in and some things are a little more important, and today is no exception to that. We are here for a community member, the Smalley family. He is a driver who will be on track here tonight, and we're going to talk about that just a little bit more here in a second. Has gone through a very tough struggle here recently. They've lost their boy, Ryan, the first name on the screen in front of them most recently, to a very tough battle. And we're here to have a little tribute race, some specially designed cars here today for everybody to watch. We're here to support the Children's Trust, and it is a organization, a non-profit organization in the United Kingdom, and they specialize in brain injuries for children. It's a great organization. It's an organization dear and near to the family. So we're here raising money for the Children's Trust today. So with that being said, folks, no parent wants to go through this, and the community felt like it was the least we could do to show our support as best we can. Our hearts go out to the family. My heart goes out to the family. And let's raise some money. Let's have an hour-long race to Spa. And these specially designed GT3 Porsches here today. And let's show that support today. So, in the bottom of the Facebooks where you make your comments here today, ladies and gentlemen, in the pinned comments on the GTRC YouTube is the link to that Facebook channel as well, where the donation link is up. This is a non-profit organization. You click on the little pink button with the heart in it. That is our donation link button. And just follow the instructions. It goes through Facebook. It takes you directly to a donation link right to the foundation, and all that money will go directly to the foundation as well. They went above and beyond to help the family, and now the family's trying to do the same thing in return. So let's do what we do. Winner Circle, sim racing community. Let's show that love today. All right, let's break it down. So it's a 1 hour race here today. All GT4 settings are in effect here, so it is the racing medium tire required. We will see a pit stop from these drivers. This is not an official points race. We have eliminated round 9 officially off the schedule to do our tribute here today. We will talk with our podium drivers, of course, at the end of the race, like we always do. Everything is as normal. This is a 100% family-friendly broadcast, but today's an important day. Do me a favor, share, please. Let's share this out to everywhere you can, and everybody you know. We're here for a reason. We're here for a cause, and the cause is the Children's Trust today. So let's get this out there. Let's get it out to the sim racing community and all the other communities out there. Let's get the people in here, and, well, let's help a great organization that helps families in really, really tough times. Alright, so qualifying is about to be underway. I want to give an extra special shout out to High Pre Graphics, making some beautiful adjustments to our series graphics here today for today as well. So much love to High Pre Graphics as well. You know, our sponsors, Apex Racing and myself, again, send our condolences and all the love we can to the family. I know our words can't soothe the pain and the feelings that they're going through right now, but we can definitely show our support. And what we do in racing is we go on track and, well, we put on a show, because that's what we do as racers. So communities come together big time here today, and we're definitely going to be in for a treat, I think, today. So Qualifying is underway here now, ladies and gentlemen. So again, this is the GTRC. So the way this works here is the drivers will get a set amount of laps to run. Today's case, because it's a 2-minute lap here around the racetrack, it will be 1 out lap followed by 4 counting laps. At the end of those counting laps, of course, the drivers typically will park it at the end of turn 1. However, things are being done a little bit differently here today. So yeah, we'll just roll it as it happens here today, of course. It's a special event day here. We do things a little bit differently. We kind of throw the rules out the window, so to speak, in a sense, to do what we need to do. So that is exactly what it is that we're already going to do here tonight. So we definitely tried to fill a couple of lobbies here today, but of course, logistically, it was just easier to keep her down to one lobby. So we're going to see one driver coming in a little bit late here near the start of the race, I believe, as well. So let's take a look at these cars, shall we? Let's get into a camera view that we can work with here. All right, so every driver on the racetrack, pardon me, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be driving a specially designed livery for this here today. And this is, of course, the car that we have on track. Try to show the support in every way we can. This is something that the drivers can hold on to, they can display proudly as time goes on, and it's something that can still continue to show support even after the event goes on, these liveries. So much love to Doug Barrow from the GTRC community for the design on the cars here. We asked and he immediately provided, so that's just, you know, a small part of what we do here as a community and as a family together. And yeah, so that's what we got going on here. I think it's fitting. Of course, now there's 2 names on that list, and you see that there's a in loving memory of Ryan and Isabella, and unfortunately and tragically this has happened a few years ago as well with their daughter as well. So just trying to show the support. I'm a little bit of a mess. I'm a parent. It really pulls on the heartstrings personally. So yeah, I may or may not keep it together here today, but still, nonetheless, this is what we do. Yeah, you're all good, Oliver. No rush, buddy. You just come on in when you're ready. It's all good, brother. Yeah, we appreciate you, Brandon. We appreciate you, my guy. All right. So as the commentator picks himself up the floor because he's a blubbering mess here today, because again, I'm a parent. I feel I don't feel the pain, but I feel it deep, you know. So when one of the community bleeds, I bleed with them. It's just the way it is when you start to build that relationship with the community. So bear with me today, folks. I am only human as well. All right. So now we're officially on that lap. We have our out lap. We're on board with Hair Razor, again, one of the administration staff here in the series, and of course one of our regular competitors. So we have a mixture of regular competitors, and we have some guests coming in here as well today, and that's just to show their support. We have drivers from several communities on the field here today, just to come in and try to show the family that they have a very large family behind them to be there for them if they need us. So Hair Razor's coming around. Let's see what that time is going to be here as he comes across the finish line out of the chicane. It's going to be a 2:19.7. Let's see what Doug has as he comes around. He's going to take that pole position. We got Action Jackson right in behind Doug here. Let's see if he can steal that away. Nope, it's going to be a little bit of a slower time, so he's going to stay in third for the time being. We got Jakey, who's just gotten into the grid at the last minute here. He's going to come around. He's going to stay in 5th place. We got Super coming through here. He's going to jump up into 4th. Where's Larry going to settle in into 6th place here? We got Miss Devious coming around, one of our regular drivers. She's going to come through in 4th here. We've got Puzzlement coming through here as well. Let's see what she has as she comes around. She's going to be right there around where Action Jackson is here currently. We got Mike coming here in 11th as well. We'll get to that comment in just 1 second, Brandon, for sure. Just bear with me one moment here as we let these drivers get through the start-finish line. All right, 4th place for Bo Snipe as he comes across here. Let's see what Happy Pappy's got here in 13th. And we have more drivers that still wanted to get into this race as well, ladies and gentlemen. So it just wasn't quite enough to fill 2 grids here today. So we just decided to keep it simple. But the support is definitely overwhelming here today. And we do appreciate all the support to all of the drivers and the community members. There's been lots happening in behind the scenes here. There's been a lot of beautiful words spoken and all those things. So again, just the community trying to show that support. So we do appreciate it. Happy Pappy coming around. He's going to go up into P9 here. Let's see what Brad's got. He's just coming through Puon here right now as well. The pink button isn't working for you? Oh, no. You've known Oliver for almost 10 years, one of your best friends. Hard to know he's lost his son. Best wishes, pardon me, for him and his family. We appreciate you, Brandon. Let me go check on it here, Brandon. Let me go see if I can make a little change here. Alright, let's see if we can make an adjustment for you here. That's the one. Alright, one more time. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we're just trying to fix the donation link here. Alright, so we've reset that donation link, so let's see if that works now. Brandon, let me know. Keep me posted, my guy. We appreciate you. We are planning, of course, to do something bigger in the future for this amazing organization as well. So this is spa and the weather is random as well too, ladies and gentlemen. So this is not going to exclude the possibility of rain here today. We very well could see rain in this race here today. And of course the drivers then are allowed to get onto those wet tires according to the conditions on the racetrack. And woof, look at that. That Porsche absolutely just got away from Miss Devious right there. And she just put on a crazy little spin there and having some fun. Oh wow, that Porsche was dancing. Alright, we got Larry Birch here in 8th. We got Jakey with a half-second penalty here in 8th right now. Larry Birch in 7th. We got Super here in 9th, so we do have some title-sponsored drivers here, of course, showing their support from Apex Sim Racing here as well. Today we've got ATK Motorsports in the house showing their support here today as well. Of course, one of the head members in the chat right now. And Leo, how's it going, brother? Go Jake, he says. We got Hair Razor, admin staff. We got Oliver, and of course Oliver is the father in, of course, the situation here today. So coming on track to show his support, and this man is on a mission. We were in the chat with him earlier talking with the group, and this man is on a mission. He's racing for a purpose here today, so look out for this guy here today for sure. We got Bigums, of course, again another one of our great administration staff members and regular full-time drivers here. We got Bo Snipe from Team Rad as well coming here representing, of course, team founder and also secondary broadcaster here at GTRC, Nolander Gaming as well. But again, we just told him to come back and just chill out and then hang out and support in other ways here today. So a little bit of a different day here today. Nolander will be back live in a couple weeks for round 10 of the GT4 Championship Series as well. We got Doug Barrow here in 5th place, again one of our administrators here. We got Mike, one of our drivers here at the GTRC community. We got Rockefeller Racing's Miss Devious, and of course Rockefeller, Miss Devious and myself included in the team, showing our support here as well, and definitely send our condolences to the family in this time of need. We got Larry Birch and Jakey. We've got Supra, Brad's here as well, and Brad's is a friend of Miss Devious who came in to show his support here as well. So absolutely love to see that. We've got Supra here, who's a member of the GTRC community. We've got another ATK driver here with Mustang J as well. We got Action Jackson here from the community. We got Happy Pappy from the community, and putting away the green here today for this absolutely beautiful Porsche design here today. And then we've got Miss Puzzlement here in 15th coming to show her support here. And again, one of our regular full-time drivers here in the series. Hey, let's go racing, y'all. Derek, we appreciate it. Still not working? All right, Brandon. I'll keep that in mind. There's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. With the link not working on Facebook, it should be working. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, we will get that sorted out. So, as I said, we are planning another event in the future here for this as well. But if anybody else is trying and it's not working, keep me updated, please, as well. And we'll continue to work on trying to get that sorted out with the platform. All right, Doug Burrow here in 4th place. We got Bo in 5th. We've got Mike here in 6th. We've got Miss Devious here in 7th place. So Air Razor currently sitting on pole, Oliver in 2nd, and Pickham's rounding out our podium here to start this thing. And this is pretty much going to be the end of these drivers' hot laps here, as these guys and gals are all in their final laps here. We got Jakey and Brad's here in 10th. We've got Mustang here in 12th with Super in 11th. Mr. Pappy in 13th. We got some drivers already sitting there. And what a great shot right there from the camera. Ooh, I love it. Hold on. We got to do something. Need a little photo op happening here, chat. Oh, yes. Oh, that's beauty. I love it. All right, we'll bring some information back up for you. That's the best part about games too. We have these lovely options with all our buttons here. So, nice little screenshot there. That was a great shot by our cameraman right there. Now, the Children's Trust Foundation, again, working with children with brain and trauma-related, head trauma-related injuries. They help with services with the families to support the families, of course, going through treatments and the process of having a child with traumatic head injury as well. And you know, they definitely got a tough job. They got to go through the pains of the families that go through, of course, the worst case scenario. And for those that get through the best case scenario, you know, they're still there for the roller coaster ride with the families. They feel the family's pain, and they still undyingly give their time and their love and their care to continue to try and help these families. So it is really important we get the word out here, what's going on and why we're doing what we're doing. And even with the donation button not necessarily working right now, we don't care. We're still here raising and bringing up a big cause, and it's important to show that support to our community. That's what we're about. And that's what we're doing here today. So appreciate everybody hanging out. Share. I don't ask for these things very often, but today is important. Share this out, get it out there, get it to the public, let people know what we're doing here, because this is for a cause, this is for a reason, and to show our support as a sim racing community. Look at you going, Derek, showing some love right now. We love that. All right, so you can see here the drivers are just doing as instructed. So from here we're going to see something else, and then we're going to take off a race. So I'm going to remove some of the information here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we're going to get rid of everything. Everything's going to go. There he is. All right, so what we're going to see here now, ladies and gentlemen, I hate this part, is a lap of honor. It's going to be led by the father, Oliver. Drivers will file up in behind, and they're going to take a roll around the racetrack in honor of Ryan and Isabella. And it's just to pay tribute and homage on their journeys as angels, looking over and guiding their parents through some very hard times, and their cousins, their family members, their loved ones. Let's take a moment of silence while we pay tribute to send our condolences. Thank you, everybody. So as Oliver leads the pack around the track here, this is again just to say goodbye, and this is also to say we love you, Smiley family. We're thinking of you. Our hearts go out to you, and we can't be there to physically hug you and feel that pain. But what we can do is show our support, and this is how we do it as a sim racing community. So thank you, everybody, for taking that time with us. Brandon has posted a working link up in the Facebook comments here. We do have that pinned in the comment section. So now that we've got the donation link sorted out, appreciation to Brandon, of course, one of our administrators here at the GTRC and a personal friend of the family, coming in, absolutely just being huge here today, making sure that we can have a great opportunity to help the Children's Trust organization out. So pinned in Facebook comments is, of course, that donation link. So scrap the Facebook one if it's not working. Use the one that is posted in the pinned comments below. We appreciate you, Brandon. And what a beautiful sight of 16 blue and pink Porsches coming down in through Spa here as we're just heading in towards the Paul Frere curve here right now. Ooh, one getting a little bit spicy there. There we go. Let's get back to Oliver here. Now, of course, this is being done with the graces of Oliver here in the community. Of course, we spoke with him after we found out what had happened, and then, of course, planned this off his graces. So we will talk to Oliver a little bit at the end of the race if he's up for it, and we'll let him we'll let him do what he needs to do, and then let him tell you what's going on. And he can most certainly tell you a lot more about the organization, of course, than I can. But that's just what we're here trying to do today. We're trying to show that support, and of course show a little bit of love back to the organization that helped the family out in their times of absolute need. So we're about to be racing here pretty soon. This is just a one last little thing to say, hey, we love you, and the Angels are watching. Hopefully they're ready for a good Porsche race here tonight. So we are using the 24 layout here, of course, today too at Spa, and that is just due to the nature of the racetrack. With 16 drivers on the racetrack, it is very difficult to get a proper race start at the proper starting line. So we're going to let these drivers go around the source and, of course, start at the 24-hour layout line. So let's get to business, shall we? We're ready for a race chat. We appreciate patience. We appreciate everybody taking the time to show that support with us. Now we're going to go racing for an hour. Three wide as we come into the start finish line here. Absolutely great stuff. Absolutely great stuff. Oh, if I can get that angle just right. Come on. No. Oh, fantastic. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Ryan, Isabella, Smiley family, we love you. We hope you're ready for an absolutely action-packed race here tonight. Spa, the GT3 Porsches. They're just designed to be together. This will be an absolutely fantastic race here today. It's for a purpose. These drivers, they're going to send it. They're going to throw it all out, and they're just going to send an action-packed, hard race here today. So we're in for a good treat here today, without a question of a doubt. We are on board with Oliver Smalley, of course, the father of Ryan and Isabella. So there we go. She's go time. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kick them tires, light them fires. Let's get to racing. Let's go. Racing for the Children's Trust here today in the United Kingdom, ladies and gentlemen. In the pinned comments in the Facebook stream is that link to go donate if you want to do so. And if you have, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support. This family and all the future families really do appreciate the amazing support from the sim racing community. And we are green and we're off and we're racing. And here we go. 2x2 up through a Rouge and La Radion on the first lap. It is go time. Oliver wants a podium here today. He wants to bring it home for the kids. Let's see if he can keep that composure behind the wheel here today. It's got to be tough. But it is Piggins with the early lead. Jake in second. We got Doug in third. We've got Hair Razor in fourth. And Bull Snipe right there. Look like Larry Burgess. He's going to just settle back in 12th place here. Got Happy Pappy in 14th. And Puzzlement right there in 15th. Ooh, and a half-second track limit penalty for the start of her race. So the stewards, still no remorse here on those track limits. Those penalties here are on week on the track, of course. So I believe it is 4 times fuel and 3 times tire wear here in the race today as well. So we will see a series of pit stops from these drivers, but absolutely beautiful 2017 Porsche 911 RSR GT3 race cars. Absolutely looking beautiful in that blue and pink scheme here today. Racing for the Smalley family. Jakey in second. We got Doug in third. And Hair Racer side by side with Bo Snipe here. A little battle for 4th and 5th place between these two drivers. And Bo is going to grab that position for now, but he goes wide. Coming out of the Paul Ferreira there and coming into the chicane. He's just going to still manage to hold that position. He's going to go defensive, and he gets it a little bit sideways and almost ends up in pit lane there. So he's going to have to back out of pit lane there and get back on track, and that's going to put Oliver up in the 5th place here. Mike in 6th. We've got Miss Devious here in 7th place, and we do have the combination of the pros and the pro-ams mixed up here today. But again, this is not a points race here today. This is officially show our support and love to the Smalley family race and see if we can help the Children's Trust organization of the United Kingdom a little bit. Oh, and we got another driver getting a little bit sideways there coming out of the Source, and these mid-rear engine cars on these medium tires are a spicy little endeavor here. So 15 drivers on our grid here today, and boy, an hour of racing is going to go by in no time. It always seems to on these fun races like this. So we got Jakey here in 2nd place. He's starting to apply some pressure here to a race leader Piggums right now. From there, we've got Doug Barrow in 3rd place, the designer of these cars here today. And he is just sitting there chilling right now, just in that slipstream, waiting for one of those two to make a mistake. And he's there with enough gap to properly react and maybe take advantage. We've got Oliver now up into 4th place, and the father on a mission here today is moving up the field quickly here. He's got Hair Razor in 5th place, starting to put some pressure on him, but Oliver is looking... Really? No! Oh, it totally did. Oh, no. Alright, so our Facebook stream has crashed. Alright, well, we're going to continue going on anyways, ladies and gentlemen, of course. The race goes on. Alright, so we're now relying on the YouTube channels here to get our reach for us. So if you're over there on YouTube, definitely do me a favor and share that out, as the YouTube channel, of course, is... Ooh, and we got Jakey getting a little bit sideways here. And he's going to find himself into the wall. Now, the damage is light here, so the driver's just got to deal with that for 30 seconds. With the pack being so close still early on in this race, poor Jake is going to have to go all the way down to the bottom of the pack here. Of course, coming in late from Nations Cup racing, so he had to jump straight into this Porsche and familiarize himself with this car around this track. So that puts Doug up into 2nd, and now that puts Oliver up into 3rd place. We've got Hair Razor here in 4th. We've got Mike in 5th. Miss Devious here in 6th place now. Super moves up into 7th, and it's been some spicy Some spicy self-induced incidents here around Spa so far today. We got Mustang here in 8th place. We've got Larry in 9th. We've got Brad's in 10th. Bo Snipe all the way down to P11 here after his little spin into pit lane. Happy Pappy here's in 12th. We've got Action Jackson in 13th. We've got Puzzlement here in 14th. And Jakey now all the way back down to the bottom of the field there with that spin. Yeah, Facebook is out. Absolutely it is, Bar. Want to pin that link in the GTRC YouTube channel there? I'll repin it for you. Unfortunately, we can't refire the stream on Facebook with the stream running right now. We would have to shut it all down. So unfortunately, we're just going to have to just keep rolling with it here. Open up my YouTube dashboard here as well. Just bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. We are just going into our YouTube channel here right now too. Just to make sure we can get some comments pinned for everybody. Streamer problems, they always happen at the worst times. Alright, Pigham's here still in the lead of this race. He's gaining a little gap here on Doug Bro. Now, Doug Bro's got a half-second time limit penalty, which will allow Oliver to close up on him a little bit there in 3rd place. Hair Razor here still in 4th. We've got Mike in 5th. We've got Miss Devious here in 6th. We've got Supra in 7th. We've got Larry in 8th with Mustang in 9th. Brad's here still right there, just in behind those guys in 10th place, but Bo Snipe now starting to move his way back up through the field here, looking to put some pressure on him. Happy Pappy here is in 12th, Action Jackson's in 13th, Jakey's made his way around Puzzlement here in 14th, and Puzzlement just in. Alright, so. Actually, I think I can get it from the. Oh, I shut the Facebook page down already. Never mind. My bad. Alright, so Pigham's in 1st place as he comes into the source for the 4th time here around the racetrack. Doug here in 2nd place. We've got Oliver in 3rd, and it's about 1.6 seconds to Hair Razor in behind. So Slipstream not a factor right now as they come into El Rouge and La Radion for the 4th time around here. And it's a very high-speed circuit, but with these MR cars, you have to be careful how much curb you take on the entry into La Radion because it might unsettle the car or send it out wide like we just seen from Mike there. Ooh, and a little bit of contact there between him and I believe that was Ms. Devious in behind, but I mean, she nowhere to go. That's non-incidental contact right there. We have Larry Birch here in 7th. We've got Mustang in 8th. We've got Bo here now in 9th, and Mike is back on the roll here. He's going to settle back into 10th place. We got Brad's here in 11th, Happy Pappy in 12th. We've got Jakey here in 13th. We've got Snozzer in 14th, and we got Puzzlement here in 15th. And riding on, heading on to the Camel Straight. Always a little risky when it comes right down to it. I'm so bummed out that the Facebook stream crashed. That's alright. It is what it is. There's not much we can do about that. Doug here in 2nd place. We got Oliver here in 3rd. We have Hair Razor in 4th. Miss Devious in 5th. We got Supra in 6th. We got Larry in 7th. We got Mustang in 8th. We got Bo now up into P9. So Bo is just picking him up and knocking him down here as he charges back through the field. We got Brad's now up into 10th place here. Mike's in 11th, so dropped another spot there in that little bit of La Radion incident. We have Happy Pappy here in 13th. We've got Action Jackson in 14th. Puzzlement here in 15th. And all these drivers are still relatively close together here. 1 through 15, so that's pretty good here. This early on is very tough to stay close together on this track because it very quickly spreads the field out. So we do appreciate everybody, of course. I thank you for all the likes and the shares for the drivers that were over on Facebook and community members. I do apologize again that the stream dropped out. It's just not sure what happened there. It's definitely something on Facebook's end because YouTube is still live and doing fine. Alright, so we got Supra here in 6th place. And let's jump on board with Oliver here for a minute. Let's jump right over here with Oliver for a minute as he comes through La Radion onto the Camel Straight. And while we're sitting on board with Oliver here, I'm going to take a moment to try and sort some stuff out here real quick. You guys get to come along for the ride while I sort my behind the scenes stuff out. Alright, so you see Oliver here, Doug Barrow's just up ahead here, and he's in that slipstream now. So what that does is essentially the car in front is poking a hole in the air, and that allows the car behind essentially to enter like a vortex, a suction cup zone. And that suction cup zone will draw the driver behind closer and closer, a little bit quicker to the driver in front with that slipstream. So, and you can see how quickly he gained on Doug here coming into the chicane under braking right there. And then you can see how Doug pulls away a little bit back on the exit, but Oliver closing up a pretty decent amount of time there into the chicane. So Pickham's here in the lead of this race still, but there's lots of time left. We're only 11 and a half minutes in the 60-minute race. We got Doug here in second, we got Oliver in third, we've got Miss Devious now up into fourth place, so she has made her way around Hair Razor here as well. Hair Razor very close behind in fifth. We got Supra here in sixth place with Larry in seventh. We got Bo now up into eighth place. Mustang just in behind here in ninth. We've got Mike in 10th. We got Apex's Jakey here in 11th position and battling right now with Brad's for that 11th position, so a little side-by-side action as we come out of La Source entering Eau Rouge, and that was a pretty good little battle there. Let's go take another look at that battle here entering La Source. Not quite side-by-side, but both drivers still got position coming out of La Source. Jakey with a little wiggle there and still managing to find his way through there, so a nice little move there by Apex's Jakey, grabbing one more position after, of course, his spin took him down to the back of the pack there as well, so been an interesting race here so far. Alright, it's Oliver here in third place, Miss Devious here in fourth, we've got Hair Razor here in fifth, we've got Supra in sixth, we've got Larry in seventh, we've got Bo in eighth, we've got Mustang in ninth, we've got Mike in 10th. We've got Jakey here in 11th, we've got Brad's in 12th, we've got Happy Pappy here in 13th, we've got Snozzer in 14th, and Puzzlement here in 15th position. So, Bigham's 3.3 seconds in the lead right now. We know this guy's fast, we know this guy can drive, but we also know that half the field behind him can also drive. So, they are all chasing number 101 Porsche right now, Bigham's. We got Doug here in second place, and he's starting to feel the pressure here as Oliver's really starting to get close. He's starting to get up the inside here coming into the chicane, and as I said, this is a man on a mission today, and he just, has not quite gained himself that P2 yet as Doug responds back on the outside of the chicane. A nice little cutback move, and we're side by side heading into La Source here. This is an active battle for second and third place between these two drivers, but that does give Oliver the inside line coming around La Source, and he's going to get the job done, but now he's got to fight Doug off heading into Eau Rouge and La Radion. Good battling happening here on the track, and the father, the man with a plan and on a mission here today is absolutely sending this thing today, and just a P1 left to go here now for him, and 36 more minutes of good consistent racing. and he could have himself a win here tonight. So 4 seconds is the gap to Pickham's here, but Doug Burrow is not letting this go easily. He has responded back here. He's going to move back up into second, but he catches a track edge as we're heading in, and that's going to give Oliver the position back. So again, a great healthy battle here between these two drivers, and that small little mistake there from Doug. He just caught some grass under braking right there, put that car sideways, and Oliver just takes that thing up the inside and takes that position away. So that was a great response right there by Oliver. And now sitting in second place due to that little mistake there, miscue from Doug. Misdevious here has Hair Razor still very close in behind here in fifth place in the pack, trying to catch up here with Supra in sixth, Larry in seventh, Bo in eighth, and Bo is closing quickly on these drivers here. We got Mustang here in ninth with Mike in 10th place. We've got Jakey here in 11th. We've got Brad's in 12th place. We've got Pappy in 13th, Snozzer in 14th, and the Puzzleman here in 15th position. These cars are just absolutely just looking amazing here on the racetrack as they're going around here. Again, we're on board with Puzzleman here, our number 59 driver, I believe that says on that Porsche. That is correct. And just going to get a great shot as she comes through here. Oh, great job by our camera crew right there. All right, so drivers are 10 minutes, I'm going to say 10, maybe 15 minutes away from a one-stop pit window. They're 15 minutes away if they're going to one-stop the race. If they're going to two-stop the race, we're going to see pits within the next couple of laps here from the drivers. So it is the age-old question here in an hour-long endurance race. Is a one-stop faster or is the two-stop faster? I guess that's going to come down to the driver's testing tuning. But again, this is a race for a cause here today, and boy, what a good race it's been here so far. Some good, tight-knit, clean battling here from these drivers so far today, no matter whether it's podium, mid-pack, or backpack battling. It's been feisty and it's been clean. So we've got Super here in 6th place, and he's got Larry Birch and Bo Snipe right there, just trailing in behind him. And then just up ahead of him is Misdevious and Hair Razor, 5th and 4th place as well. So we have about 5 drivers all within a small mistake away from grabbing a position on each other here currently right now on that racetrack. So what we are going to do, ladies and gentlemen, for those that are watching live, is once the video is finished its recording, we will upload this to Facebook as a video, and then we'll post that and we'll share it out. And, just because it's not live doesn't mean that we still can't help the organization. The links stay in the comments throughout the recorded broadcast as well, so those links will be active, and still we will be able to donate after the fact as well. So it is Super here in 6th place, it's Larry in 7th, it's Bo here in 8th, it's Jakey in 9th, it's Mike in 10th, and that would explain why the Facebook link wasn't working. Clearly the platform is having some form of issue. Watch out, of course, but we will also be separating our content. With that being said, from that point, we will have all our commentary, of course, being done live here on Facebook and YouTube. It'll be obviously all our PG and our kid-friendly content will be focused here on Facebook and YouTube, and then, of course, our adult-orientated content will be done via Twitch moving forward in the future as well. So stay tuned for that as well, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we're just going to be, that just means we're broadcasting in more places. That's all that means. It just gives a view, of course, you guys and gals at home, a better option view from your favorite platform that way as well. So Oliver here in second, 5.1 seconds from Piggums. So Piggums has opened up about a second over the last couple gaps here on Oliver. Oliver's opened up 5 seconds on Doug here right now in 3rd place. So pit strategies are definitely going to play a little bit of a factor here in the race today. Misdevious here in 4th, and Hair Razor's still right there in 5th place. He hasn't let her go past the second since she's gotten around him. Bo Snipe has now found his way up into 6th place, and he has charged away from that group in behind and now trying to charge the front group of Misdevious and Hair Razor up in front of him. Supra's still doing a great job holding off the back middle part of this pack here, with the exception of Bo Snipe finding his way around, but he still has Larry and Jakey in 8th and 9th place here. Now Jakey's moved from 15th back up into 8th place here. He's just gotten around his teammate Larry here, and they are nose to tail. But ooh, a little bit of contact there, a little bit of a helpful nudge from the teammate there, and a little bit of an oopsie, and Jake's just going to slide around the corner there, and that's going to be a penalty. He's still going to have to serve either way. So you can see Larry just backed off a little bit there, and by doing that, that actually gave Mike a P9 position there. So Mike taking advantage of a mistake made by the driver up in front there, and Larry's going to drop the position there as well. But a little bit of contact there from Larry to Jakey, and well, making things a little exciting there for that driver up in front. Happy Pappy here in 12th place. We've got Action Jackson here in 13th. We got Brad's here in 14th. Ooh, a little bit wide coming out of the corner there, and then Puzzleman here in P15. So let's just bring up our track map here real quick. All right, circuit to Spa, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 4.53 mile circuit, 7 kilometers, has 20 left and right hand turns. It is a tarmac road surface. It is a real world circuit. It has an elevation change of 341 feet from top to bottom. Last source being turn 1. Turns 2, 3, and 4, of course, are Rouge and L'Aradion, leading into the Camel Straight. From there, we got turns 6, 7, and 8, Lacombe, into Brussels, which is the hairpin, the very long, takes forever hairpin. From there, that takes us into that very fast, sweeping, more open hairpin of Pouon. From there, that takes us into Campus, Stavelot, and, of course, the Paul Frere Curve. From there, we head around that high-speed curve into the chicane Blois-Chaumont, and then that takes us into that chicane back to the start and finish line. Now, even though we started at the start and finish line around turn 1, the race will actually finish at the original start and finish line at the end of the chicane here today. So, pit stops being made here. Pigham's in pit lane. Oliver is opting to stay out a little bit longer, so has Doug. So Oliver has taken the lead of this race. Doug moves up into 2nd, Mischievous up into 3rd, Hairraiser into 4th, Mike into 5th, and Mustang into 6th. Pigham's now in pit lane with Bo Snipe, Supra, and Jakey. That leaves Pappy in now up into 7th place here. Snozzer and TM Brads are coming around here. They're going to jump up into 8th and 9th place here with those drivers' pit stops. Now it's a very long pit stop here at Spa, so it's about a minute if you're taking tires and fuel here from start to finish. So yeah, definitely it takes a little bit of time in pit lane, as Puzzleman's going to come around and grab his position here as well. With those drivers in pit lane. So the pit exit is just where Puzzleman's coming out here. It's just at the end of that wall right there is where the drivers will come out here. And that is, of course, right before you enter Rouge and L'Aradion. So all the drivers definitely need to be aware of the drivers coming out of pit lane, as there is going to be at speed traffic and drivers coming out on, well, maybe potentially a fresh set of tires, or at least a cool down set of tires for the amount of time that the car is even sitting in pit lane. Those tires are going to cool down. So Hairraiser here still tucked very close in behind Miss Devious here. He's kept, like I said, with that within a second here all race long since she's gotten past here. Mike's now up in the 5th place with Mustang closing in here in 6th. We've got Happy Pappy in 7th. We've got Snozzer in 8th. We've got Pigham's in 9th place here, so that he is the first of the drivers to make a pit stop, of course. We got Brad's in 10th. We've got Bo in 11th, Puzzlement in 12th. We've got Supra in 13th, Jakey in 14th, and Larry in 15th. So half the field has pit, and the other half has not. Let's see when the other half does decide to make their pit lane. So there we go. We're on board with Oliver here as he comes around now. And we're going to just stay with him here as we watch that great pit crew of his change some tires and throw some fuel. I'll give you guys a little bit of a look, and you can see how and why the pit entry is just so lengthy here at Spa. As you can see how far these drivers need to go just to get to their pit boxes. They're basically driving around 3 corners here essentially, and now you can see the crew's like, okay, when is he coming? We're ready to do this here. So now he's going to pull into that pit box. The Lollipop's going to stop him. Boom, car goes up, tires come off, change tires on, boom, tires go back on, car's going to drop back down. Fuel man is going to put that fuel can in that race car. They're going to gravity feed as much of that VP racing fuel into this Porsche 911 RSR as they can, and as soon as they get the right amount of fuel in that car, that Lollipop man will pull that Lollipop up, and that Porsche will get back on the racetrack. And there we go. So that is a pit stop here at Spa with our GT3 Porsches. That was some great camera work by our production crew here now, as drivers coming out of pit lane here as well, and you can see there they don't actually enter into Illusion already on. You can see they take the outside lane and they actually exit out right at the entry of the Camel Straight, so they do need to be very cautious of, again, like I said, that traffic at pace. So Miss Devious is now in the lead of this race. Hair Razor sitting in second. Mike is in third. Mustang's now in fourth, and Happy Pappy's in fifth. Pigums, who was our race leader and has made a pit stop, now is in sixth place, with Action Jackson there in seventh, Oliver in eighth. We've got Bo here in ninth. We have Doug in 10th. We've got Puzzlement in 11th, Jakey in 12th, and he is battling with Supra here right now for that position. He's just going to get the job done entering Lacombe. Supra's just going to settle up in behind here. We've got Larry in 14th, and now we've got Brad's just coming out of pit lane here. There's some great camera work by our camera crews here today. I really got to say, great job to our camera crews on the racetrack here today. They've given us some great shots of these beautifully designed race cars here today on a special day. Again, we are paying tribute to the Smalley family here today if you're just tuning in. A devastating time in their life. They've lost their boy Ryan most recently due to a very tough struggle with an injury, and it's absolutely heartbreaking, especially as a parent myself. My heart and soul just goes out to this family, and just I hope that they see that we're here for them and we show that support. We're also supporting the Children's Trust, ladies and gentlemen. It is the organization that's near and dear to the family's heart, and of course supporting that here today as well. So once we get some pinned the link sent up here, we'll get that pinned on the YouTube channels. We were live on Facebook, but of course, I don't know, something happened. And now we're having issues with YouTube. Oh, come on. Alright, well, the race continues on no matter what, so we are recording this race as well, so worst case scenario, it can be re-uploaded to the channels if something does go wrong here today. I apologize to everybody coming in, showing that love, showing that support, and we're having some technical difficulties here today, so not sure why or what that's about, but it happens, unfortunately. Alright, so we got Miss Devious still in the lead of this race. Now Miss Devious has not pitched yet. Potentially maybe looking to stretch this into a one-stop race. It's much of the same from Hair Razor. We got Mike potentially trying to do the same thing. We have Happy Pappy trying to do the same thing. Pigums is on a two-stop strategy and closing in pretty quickly here on Happy Pappy now in fourth place. Oliver is in sixth. He is, well, will be second once these drivers do opt to make their stops. Action Jackson, also a driver that has yet to stop. We've got Bo Snipe and Doug Burrow here in 8th and 9th place. So nice healthy little battle developing back between those two drivers here again. We've got Jakey in 10th place. An 11-second gap, so he has got some work to do there to make something happen for that position up ahead. We've got Supra here in 11th, we've got Larry in 12th, we've got Mustang in 13th, we've got Brad's in 14th, and we've got Puzzlement just coming out of pit lane here in 15th position, so she's made her 1 or 2 pit stops here today. We're not sure yet. We'll have to wait and see how all of this, of course, plays out. Go again is the bigger question here. And let's see what she opts to do. She's going to dump into pit lane, and Hair Razor is going to go around here again. So Hair Razor is now going to take over the race lead here today. And boy, this race lead has swapped a few driver hands here today, as I believe this is our 5th different race leader here now in this race today. So you can see those drivers coming into pit lane here. We've got Pigums in 4th, we've got Pappy in 5th, we've got Oliver in 6th, we've got Snauzer in 7th, we've got Bo in 8th, we've got Doug here in 9th place, Jakey here in 10th, we've got Supra in 11th, we've got Larry here in 12th. Alright, so at some point our race leader is going to have to make a pit stop. Hey, let's go, Bo. I do apologize about the lagginess of the stream here. It is definitely struggling a little bit, ladies and gentlemen, but well, that's alright. The show still goes on. Bo Snipe here in 4th place. We got Doug in 5th. We've got Jakey in 6th. So Hair Razor's got a pitch yet, so that's going to give Piggums a race lead back. You can see it's only a 29-second gap right now from Hair Razor to Piggums. We know it's at least a 45-second pit stop here at Spa, bare minimum. So when you do the math, that should put Piggums and Oliver about 15 seconds up the road from Hair Razor. However, with that being said, it depends what his pit strategy is when he finally does decide to stop. Oliver currently sitting in third. We've got Bo here in fourth. We've got Doug in fifth. We've got Jakey in sixth. We've got Miss D in seventh. We've got Supra in eighth. We've got Mike in ninth. We've got Mustang in 11th behind Larry Birch in 10th. I'm not sure why it skipped him. We got Happy in 12th. We got Brad's here in 13th. And we got Snozzer in 14th. Now 13th, sorry. He's just going to stay ahead of Brad's there as he's coming out of pit lane. And Puzzleman here still riding on the field. So 15 drivers still on the track here today, and that's what we love to see. We love to see those race cars, mean, lean racing machines, and the crew's done a fantastic job of keeping these Porsches on the track here tonight. So we're at the 30-minute mark, midway point of our race here. The racing medium tire, of course, is the only tire that these drivers can use unless the weather dictates differently. It is a random weather setting here in the lobby, so rain is not an impossibility here today. On the racetrack either. It could happen. Right now it looks like it's just a little bit hazy out there, but it does look like it's very sunny up above our racers here on the track today. So Hair Razor now in pit lane should give Piggums the race lead back here as he comes around the chicane, and Oliver is just off in the distance coming through the second part of the chicane here right now, so not really all that far off our race leader here. It was about a 5-second gap when the pit stop sequence started here, and Oliver is within about 4 seconds right now of Piggums as he comes around the source here. Hey, good luck, boys. Appreciate you, Chris, my guy. All right, so Piggums is going to come around. He's going to maintain the lead here. Oliver is going to come around in second place here. Where is Hair Razor? They are still filling that car up. Doug is going to grab a position on him as well, and it looks like Jakey may do so here as well, as Jakey is just tucked right in behind Doug there. So Hair Razor now sitting in sixth place, but on his way out. So where is Supra and Mike here? They're just coming around the source, so Hair Razor may just beat them out of pit lane here as Miss Devious just comes around there in seventh place as well. So Piggums takes the race lead back here at the midway point of the race with that pit stop sequence coming to full circle here now. Oliver will go back into second place with Bo Snipe now up into third. Doug Burrow absolutely tucked underneath the bumper of that Porsche here right now, and he's going to take a look up the inside here coming into Brussels, but he's not going to have any room to make something happen there as Bo Snipe defends very, very well. All right, Miss Devious here in sixth place, and she has Hair Razor? Yes, Hair Razor right back in behind her. So no time gained, no time lost between these two drivers, baby. What up, Chris and Oli? Hey, what's up, everybody? All right, so Piggums in the lead, Oliver in second place, and again, the whole reason why we're doing something a little special here today is, of course, to support this gentleman right here and his family. Very tough times here for them here today, and well, we do what we do as a sim racing community and put on a race and show our support and do something a little extra special to make it all tie together. So a lot of work went in this week from everybody behind the scenes to get this all ready to go here today, so great job to the community and of course the administrators behind the scenes for, well, doing what we're able to do here. We're very blessed to be able to do these things and show support on such a broader scale, and every viewer coming in here today showing that support and donating and everything in between. It just goes to show and reinforce how strong and the connection in the community really is. So Hair Razor and Miss Devious having a healthy little battle here right now. Hair Razor has gotten around Miss Devious. Miss Devious was taking a little peek there, but did not have the position to try and make a move happen. So she's just going to settle in behind right now and behind Hair Razor here in seventh. But Hair Razor has grabbed that sixth place from Miss Devious. Supra here in eighth place with Mike and Larry right in tow as well. So these five drivers quite close together here, still packed up pretty good, so we're definitely not going to be done with the healthy battling here on the track. We got Action Jackson and Brad's here right now, 13th and 14th as well. Let's stick with this. Obviously Brad's has that penalty here, so that's going to hurt him as he comes, where do they serve that penalty? I believe it's just after heading into the Paul for a curve. So Yeah, not an ideal place to have to serve that penalty, that's for sure. Nations practice race. Hey, got you, Pit me. Good, I need strategy. Give me some tips when you're done. Pigham's here in first. We got Oliver in second. We got Doug here in third. We got Bo in fourth. We got Jakey in fifth. We've got Hairraiser in sixth. We got Miss D here in seventh. We've got Larry in eighth. We got Supra in ninth with Mike in 10th. That pack is tight together. We got Mustang in 11th with Pappy in 12th. Snozzer in 13th. Brad's in 14th. And Puzzleman here in 15th position. All right, car 101's got that gap back to 5 seconds, so we're starting to open up that authority a little bit here on the driver chasing in behind, which is Oliver in second place. Ooh, Doug's getting it all kinds of spicy here as he comes. I can't remember what that sector's called. As he comes through campus. It's campus. Just on the exit of campus there, and now heading into the Paul Frere curve here with some dirty shoes. So that's going to allow Bo to catch on in an active battle here between, of course, Doug and Bo Snipe here for third place as well. So Doug going semi-defensive there, tucks back into the line. Bo's looking for a cutback on the exit here, just doesn't quite get the run on Doug as both cars get a really good exit coming out of the Paul Frere curve and Blochemont. So as we head into the chicane here, it is Doug still in third place, but boy, Bo is just keeping the pressure on, and now we're side by side as we head into the source. But Bo Snipe is on the outside. He has a little bit of a nose right now on Doug, which might help him maybe make something happen on the outside here, and lots of respect shown by these two drivers, but Bo still has the advantage around, and he's going to get the job done on the outside. Going around the source right there, so a great setup and great execution right there by Bo Snipe. He just had enough position on Doug coming into the source to get a good line through there and get a great exit and just edge out the defense of Doug Burrow there in fourth place. So that was some great driving right there by those two drivers. Boy, the drivers are really putting on a show here tonight. We got Jake in 11th. Hairraiser in sixth. We've got Miss Devious just in behind, just a little over a second in seventh place. We got Larry starting to track those drivers down here in eighth as well. Mike in ninth place, 2.2 seconds behind Larry here, and he has Supra now in 10th, right hot on the heels. But Supra making a mistake, dropping a couple positions here as well. We got Mustang, we got Happy Pappy, we got Mr. Brads, we got Snozzer and Puzzleman here, round out those last 5 positions here in that grid today. Yeah, we appreciate you, Chris. I mean, we do it for the community. The community is so awesome. We can't help but to make sure that we're there for the community. So, you know, it's 50-50, man. You guys are the reason why we do these things. So, we appreciate the community just as much. All right, Pigham's here in first. 6.2. He's opening it up. Piggums has just opened up the floodgates here now. Maybe Piggums knows something that we don't know. Maybe he needs to open up that time gap. I'm not sure what it is. Or maybe he just wants to get a nice little comfortable cushion. He's got a number in his mind. But Oliver's doing a great job at really trying to pace him here. And Oliver's done a great job at opening up this gap here on Doug. But with the healthy battling between him and Bo Snipe here, it has definitely allowed that gap to open up to the second place driver. And now what that's done too is, with all the healthy battling over the last 3-4 laps here, is allowed Apex Jakey to close right in on the backside of these drivers here as well here in 5th place. So as they come through Blochemont right there, Jakey's within a second. And so he is just a nose hair away from being in the slipstream here at this point. And I think we got a driver that either made a mistake or he's heading into pit lane there, which was Bo Snipe. Let's see what's going on there. Oh, Bo's making a pit stop here. Okay, I wasn't sure if that was just another little slide there or if that was a scheduled stop. It looks like a scheduled stop there. We got Oliver here in second, Doug in third. We got Jakey in fourth. So Bo Snipe on a little bit of an alternative strategy here. Hairraiser is going to grab some spots here, obviously with Miss Devious and Larry very close in tow here. And as Larry gets right up behind that 666 Porsche there, if Miss Devious up in 6th place, closing up a little bit more of that time gap. So now he's in a good spot here. If he can get just a little bit tighter as he gets up towards the top of Laradion here, he's almost at that perfect distance to get slingshot engaged heading into the combs. He had a great, nice, clean line through Laradion right there and up to Kemmel Straight. He's going to get that jump on Miss Devious here. She's going to take it up the inside, and of course she's probably not going to really fight that too much. This is a pretty good passing zone opportunity, but then it comes down to this right here, getting into the corner. Miss Devious absolutely sending it nice late break into the corner, and she's like, no, don't think so, Larry. I think you're gonna have to try a little bit harder than that. So Larry's going to have to reset up and reapproach that at another next opportune moment on the racetrack. Mike here in 8th and Supra in 9th, so both grabbing position with that pit stop there, and they're just off the backside of that mid-pack as well. So Bo Snipe here now in 10th place after that pit stop, and that puts Mustang right up in behind him here in 11th place. We got Pappy here in 12th, we got Bradson 13th, Action Jackson coming around into La Rouge right now in 14th, and Puzzleman here, she's just coming around La Source right now in 15th. So we love seeing these racers giving it their all, don't we? That's the best part about it. Come on, Larry, keep pushing. Oh, it's Pigham's right now, and 8.2 seconds is the gap, so definitely starting to show that he's got the pace to win here tonight. We have Oliver here in 2nd. We've got Doug in 3rd position. So right now the podium is full of these pro drivers, but Doug has his hands full as he got Apex Jakey now side by side here. And there we go. So strategy starting to take effect here. We got Oliver coming into pit lane. Doug stays out. Jakey's coming into pit lane. And it's going to be interesting to see what these drivers opt to do now. Miss Devious goes up the inside of Hair Razor coming into the chicane, and it was a great move there. And Larry's going to close up right tight to this, and this is a nose-to-tail three-way battle for 4th, well, 5th, 6th, and 7th, but that's going to change as these drivers are pit, and it's 3 drivers nose-to-tail almost as we head into La Source. Boy, oh boy, this race is heating up, and that is for sure. Ooh. And single file as we head into Rouge and Lauradion. Let's see if it is battle engaged here, especially between Miss Devious and Hair Razor here right now. But Larry's just lurking in the back here. He might be able to get both of them here if he can time this exit. Oh, and he came cooking through there. He went a little bit wide coming out of Lauradion. That's going to cost him some time behind these two drivers. And now the battle has become between Hair Razor and Miss Devious heading into Lacombe here. So let's see what Hair Razor does. Miss Devious semi-defensive, forces that driver in on the outside line here, but Hair Razor takes it deep and he sends it, and Miss Devious looking for the cutback going through Lacombs, and Hair Razor gets the job done heading into Lacombs, and that was a well executed pass there on Miss Devious as well, coming into the outside into Lacombe and just sends it through the corner. Miss Devious tried to respond there but just was not able to get the run, and Hair Razor gets the job done. Boy, we got some racing on our hands today. We got Pigham's in 1st. We got Doug now in 2nd with Oliver pitting. Hair Razor's now up into 3rd place with that great move we just seen on Miss Devious here. But I suspect that this is far from over between these two drivers here today. And Larry's just chilling in behind, but that half-second penalty is not going to help him any. And if anything, it's going to allow Mike to start to put some pressure in on him. Oliver settles into 7th place after his pit stops. Bo Snipe is here in 8th, with Jakey in 9th place just in behind. That leaves Mustang rounding out our top 10 here so far today, with Pappy in 11th, Supra in 12th. We got Brad's here in 13th. We got Action Jackson in 14th, and we've got Puzzlement here in 15th position. Whew. All right, so it is Pigham's. Still in control. The gap is 20 seconds. It's not quite enough yet to maintain that position on Doug Burrow here. However, Hair Razor in 3rd place is 37 seconds behind, and that's starting to get a little bit closer to maybe getting out in front of these drivers here after that next pit stop. That leaves Miss Devious here in 4th place, and she is still right tucked in behind Hair Razor here, looking to re-engage that battle. Larry Birch is still right there hanging with those two drivers as well. Mike here in 6th place, about 4 seconds to Larry Birch up in front. Now Oliver's got about 12 seconds to Larry, who just dove into pit lane, drove into pit lane is the word I was trying to spit out there. So he's going to make his final pit stop of the race here, and it is looking like it's going to be a 2-stop style strategy for majority of our drivers here today. And even though the field is spread out, its battles are there everywhere. They're still available. They're still running. They're still doing everything they can here to grab another position before this timer hits that 60-minute mark. We're at 43.5 minutes. So with about 10 minutes left in the race, and that was a close call there by Doug as the curb almost gave him a little bit of trouble there coming out of out of Brussels. And And Hair Razor still holding on to third place here right now, currently from Miss Devious. But as they head towards Puan, she is still within a second here. So just not letting him really gain any traction there is Miss Devious. Oliver's up into sixth. That means Bo's now up into seventh. Jakey is starting to apply a little bit of pressure here, maybe. Ooh, and a little wiggle right there from Bo will allow Jakey just to get that nose of that Porsche into the corner, but still not enough to get the position. Is it going to be enough to get a run into Brussels here, as we are going to go side by side at the Brussels. Jakey on the inside here. That's going to leave Bo on the outside, but that's going to give Bo the inside coming into the corner right here, which is going to be ultimate position for Bo. And still side by side are these two drivers as we're heading into Puan now, and neither one of these drivers wants to give a millimeter right now. They both want that position, and Bo Snipes just going to tuck in front of Apex's Jakey here heading into Puan. So Jakey is on the charge. You can see he is closing right up on the rear bumper of that drive, and right heading into campus, he's going to go right up the inside. If Bo can hang out on the outside here, though, it's going to give him inside around the next portion. No, Jakey's going to get the job done, and that's going to put Jake up into P7 right there. So a healthy battle again between Bo Snipe and Apex Racing's Jakey, and there has been some healthy battling all over this racetrack here today at Spa. So thank you to Spa for allowing us to come and run these Porsches on such short notice here this week, but boy, has it been worth every single second of this race so far today. All right, let's go see what's happening up front here. It's Hair Razor now in the lead with Piggins and Doug now making their pit stops. So that puts Hair Razor back in the lead of this race. That puts Miss Devious sitting in second place. That puts Mike in third. Doug and Piggins. Piggins is on his way out of pit lane. Doug's just putting some petrol in. We got Oliver coming in sixth place. Let's see where he comes out in comparison to Piggins. Piggins is already on his way out of pit lane, so he is definitely out ahead of Oliver here. And let's see what that time gap is once the live timing settles in here as we come through a Rouge and already on. The next live timing sector is just before the combs, so we'll get a little bit of a better idea of what that gap is between Oliver and Piggins here. So Oliver went for a very early undercut pit stop here, and it looked like it might have paid a little bit of dividends here as he gained a couple seconds on that gap that Piggins was holding there while they were in first and second place. So Hair Razor now in the lead, 1.4 seconds up the road from Miss Devious. He's starting to open up that loud pedal a little bit here, trying to open up that gap and give himself some breathing room. Mike is 7 seconds in behind Miss Devious. We got Piggins here in fourth. We got Oliver in fifth. We've got Doug in sixth. Jakey here in seventh. We've got Mustang in eighth. We've got Pappy in ninth. We've got Bo in 10th. We've got Supra here in Supra now in 10th. We got Larry in 11th, and we got an active battle happening here as they're swapping positions up coming into the Kettle Straight. And here we go. It's going to be Larry Birch going up the inside here, looking for 10th place now on Supra as they come into Lacombe, and he's going to get it done neat and tidy right there. But Supra is definitely going to try and respond here as we head into Brussels, applying the pressure. He is right on the back of Larry Birch here, and a little bit of a wiggle there from Super. I'm not sure if that's going to give him enough position coming into Brussels here. Ooh, a little bit of contact there, I think, between the two drivers. And Larry's just going to settle in behind here in 11th place for the time being. So that will be a good juicy battle here as we get towards the end of the race here as well. I'm sure Puzzlement just coming out already on right now, heading into the Camel Straight, sitting here in 15th place. So great job to all our drivers. We appreciate all our drivers and everybody here showing that support today behind the scenes, as well to the drivers that weren't able to get into the track here today because of course, lobby space. We still appreciate y'all. So it is Hair Razor here in the lead with Miss Devious chasing in second. We've got Mike here in third place. We've got Piggins in fourth. We've got Oliver in fifth. We've got Doug in sixth. We've got Jakey here in seventh. We've got Mustang in eighth place. We've got Pappy, in ninth, wrong button. We've got Super here in 10th, and Larry's still chasing here in 11th. We've got Bo here in 12th. We've got Brad's in 13th. Snozzer in 14th, and Puzzleman here in 15th position. Whew. That's a breathful, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, viewing from home here today. So this would normally be round 9 of our GT4 championship, but again, sometimes some things are more important, and with a community member, definitely needing some love and support from the community right now as they go through some very trying times. The community stepped up without question of a doubt, no hesitation, and here we are today, raising awareness and trying to raise a little bit of support and money, of course, for the Children's Fund of the United Kingdom, and of course, show the Smalley family, this gentleman right here behind the wheel of the car. And I'd imagine this isn't an easy thing for him to be doing here today, so go. Huge props to him. Looks like we lost both snipes there. I'm not sure what happened there. But one driver down here, so 14 left on the track, and well, that's something that hasn't happened in a while. But it is Hairraiser leading this race, and that's unfortunate. Both snipers was absolutely having some great battles on the racetrack here throughout the day today. But again, it's not a points counting race, so there is that at least. It doesn't affect anything to do with the championship standings here in our GT4 championship. Basically, our GT4 championship was turned into an 11-round season as opposed to a 12-round season. We were just eliminating round 9 right off the schedule here with our event today. Miss Devious here is in second, with Bigums here in third. It's Mike in fourth place, Oliver here in fifth. We got Doug in sixth. We've got Jakey in seventh. Mustang here in 8th. We've got Supra in 9th. Larry is now in 10th with Happy Pappy here in 11th position. Action Jackson's in 12th. Brad's making a pit stop there. We got Puzzlement in 13th. And Brad is riding out our field here, and of course Bo Snipe having to bring that Porsche in behind the wall here, as definitely having some kind of mechanical issue there. Alright, so Hairraiser 4 seconds now up the road, so he has started to open that gap up a little bit here on Miss Devious here in second place. Bigum's here in third, 7 seconds in behind Miss Devious, and there's just under 10 minutes remaining in this race. Mike here in fourth place. We've got Oliver in fifth. We've got Doug in sixth. We got Jakey in seventh. We got Mustang in eighth. We got Super in ninth. We got Larry in 10th. Happy in 11th. We got Action Jackson in 12th. We've got Puzzlement in 13th, and Brad's here, of course, in 14th position. So, whew, can Hairraiser bring it home? I don't know. 4 seconds is the gap. The drivers in behind are quick. We know they're quick. We know that one little mistake here from our race leader could potentially change everything for him at this moment in the race. But right now, absolutely in a rhythm here. He looks dialed in as he gets ready to enter Poulan here. Let's jump on board with our current race leader here. And with the 5 second gap, you just kind of maybe catching a glimpse of that car. And that, of course, small review mirrors here. In this case, it's a cam, a rear bumper cam for this particular car. There is no mirror, but we still have, of course, our side mirrors here. But obviously, as you can see, not a lot you can really see out of those side mirrors, except for kind of what's directly right there beside you. So a little tough to rely on that. Of course, racing sense and racing awareness plays a key. There's and of course, you know, the crew communication through the driver radio always helps a little bit here as well. But Hairraiser currently in the lead here, looking very solid corners. You can see the leader up there, but definitely not within making a move range at the moment. And 5.5 seconds is that gap. So now we got Pigums here in third place. He has made that second pit stop, and he's closing it quite quickly here on Miss Devious. That 6 second gap now very quickly dwindling down into just over 3.5 seconds. Mike here in fourth place. He was pretty close to Pigums there, but now with Pigums opening up the floodgates on that gas pedal a little bit, he is starting to open up that cushion. Oliver here in fifth place. He's starting to close in on Mike here up there in front of him in fourth place as well. We've got Doug here in sixth place. We've got Jakey in seventh. We've got Supra in eighth. Larry here in ninth. Happy Pappy here in 10th. Snozzer in 11th. Mustang in 12th. We've got Puzzlement here in 13th. And Brad's in 14th place. So still cruising around the racetrack are 14 of our 15 drivers. One car in, getting mechanically assessed here. Our 15th driver, Bo Snipe. It's really unfortunate to see, but hey, they're just machines. Parts break. It happens. It's all a part of racing. And Hairraiser's looking comfortable right now here in P1. We've got Miss Devious here in second place. We've got Pigums here in third. We've got Mike in fourth, with Oliver really starting to close in here. He is really starting to push as this race is nearing an end with just over 6 minutes remaining. 6 minutes and 15 seconds here to be exact. Hairraiser 5.9. Miss Devious has a 2 second gap on Pigums. Pigums is coming quickly. 5.2 seconds on Mike, so he's quickly losing Mike here, but Mike is now under pressure from Oliver here, who's almost within that 1 second gap here, so almost in the slipstream here. We've got Doug here in sixth place. We've got Jakey here in seventh. We've got Larry in eighth. We've got Supra in ninth. We've got Happy Pappy in 10th. We've got Snozzer in 11th. We've got Mustang in 12th. We've got Puzzlement in 13th. We've got Brad's here just giving way to, I believe, the race leader there as they come around. So I think he had a little bit of an incident there, was just moving a little slow on track and decided, well, hold on, we got the leader coming up, we'll just let that leader get around. So Hair Razor just getting around Brad's there in P1. We got Miss Devious coming around here. She is going to come around in second place, and she's starting to feel the heat and the pressure from Pickham's here in behind. So it's going to be about 3 laps remaining with this lap included here. So we're going to see 26 laps total by the looks of it here today around Spa. Mike here, and he's under pressure. Oliver looking up the inside of LaSource, and he gets a nice tight line there through LaSource, and he is going to get the job done. And a very quick, decisive move right there from Oliver, and it is game on. Yeah, I know the stream went down, Leo. I apologize, brother. Nothing we can do about it, unfortunately. We'll upload the video to Facebook after the stream today. Let's go, Mustang, says Death. Hey, welcome in, everybody. All right, so great move there by Oliver, as he said he wanted a podium here today, but he has got to get moving if he wants that podium here today, as he has got some fast drivers with a little bit of gap up ahead of him there, but still, nonetheless, racing him here in 4th place right now, and no shame in a great race like that from Oliver Smalley. It is Miss Devious here in 2nd place, and the cameraman's a little confused here. All right, as she's coming around, and we got Pickham's tucked right in behind here, so we definitely got a nice juicy battle here between our 2nd and 3rd place driver. Pickham's and Miss Devious, and I believe that is Brad's just up ahead of him. You see the blue flag on the electronic timing there on the left-hand side as they're heading into campus here. So that is our 14th place driver up ahead of the 2 drivers here. But clearly, obviously holding pace as they're not just flying around that driver. It is taking them a little bit of time to catch up, and Pickham's closing up the gap a little bit more here on Miss Devious. So you're looking behind here. There's no pressure from Oliver right now. He's 7 seconds down the road, but that timer is dripping a little bit. So whether or not he has time to close that gap up, I guess, is yet to be determined. But here we go. Brad's just going to just try to get out of the way on the outside here. And this is a tricky situation here in Blois-Chaumont, but great job by all 3 of those drivers. Hold on to it, Brad's my guy, doing the right thing. Nice job. And he just tried to keep the car in the most safest, predictable position he could there for these 2 drivers as they were coming around him, and that is beautiful. That's what we expect out of those drivers, just to remain predictable, and he did that, and both the drivers get through in an active battle, and no time lost here for these 2 drivers. But talking about battles, we definitely got a battle here between Pickham's and Miss Devious here, as Pickham's is potentially just chilling right now, as he's trying to play a little bit of mind games maybe here with Miss Devious. Maybe he is just waiting till the final lap to make the move, but he is close. Back off just a little bit here, get a good run up to Kemmel Straight, and that's going to allow him to get a move, and Miss Devious is more than aware that he is in that range of making a move. She immediately stays on that defensive line, and here we go, side by side heading into Lacombe, but Pickham's is going to get the run slingshot engaged, and he's going to jump up into 2nd place ahead of Miss Devious here, and that was a great pass, great move execution there by Pickham's here in 2nd place. So Miss Devious tucks in 3rd place. She still has time. We're going to get another lap here to see if she can get that podium back. Oliver Smalley here in 4th place, and the father, and the reason why we're doing our special event here today, losing their son most recently this month to an absolutely tough battle, and supporting the Children's Trust here today as well, to support, of course, the amazing organization that helped the family in their time of need. And of course, we are doing this just to show our support as a community to the family, because, well, there's no words that can really unfortunately soothe what they're going through here right now, but knowing that they have a network behind them there to support them and be there for them, hopefully is very helpful to the family, knowing that they're loved and they're thought of and that we care. All right, Happy Pappy here in 10th. We've got Snozzer in 11th. We've got Mustang here in 12th. We've got Puzzlement here in 13th. He's been having a pretty good race here. And Brad's here in 14th. And this is essentially his kind of GTRC debut here as well. So we love to see the new faces coming in as well. We got Rockefeller up in the house going, hey all, let's go Rockefeller, Devious. Hey, Rockefeller racing up in the house over there on YouTube. Appreciate absolutely everything they do over there. Amazing group of drivers. All right, here we go. Hair Razor in the lead. He's catching up to, I believe, Puzzlement right there. And great job there by Puzzlement just to give way to the leader there again, remaining predictable. That is the most important thing here when it comes down to a blue flag situation, is the driver that is the slower driver, the driver not on the lead lap. It is just their responsibility to remain predictable so that the lead driver knows exactly where to go. And again, same thing, she just stays nice and wide there into the source. Piggums goes down the inside, no issues there getting around. This is some fantastic racing from our drivers here today on a pretty special day here as well. Miss Devious here holding down third place, but boy oh boy, this man is chasing, and the timer's going to run out here, so this is going to be our final lap. So can Miss Devious hold off Oliver for the podium here right at the end of the race? Oliver is pumped here tonight. He wants to bring a podium home for his little boy and his little girl here tonight as they're watching down from heaven. So the man is determined. And here we go. Battle time. Miss Devious and Oliver here side by side, and it is on. Larry Burke's going to come around. He's going to finish 8th place here today in this pretty special race. And ooh, we got blue flag traffic in the mix here. Puzzlement again just staying in a predictable position. Oliver going up the outside as we come into Brussels here, and side by side Miss Devious and Oliver here. And this is for the final podium position here. And oh boy, we don't want to miss the leader come across, but we don't want to see what this battle is going to end up in. And as we head into Pouan, it is, oh, and Miss Devious just catching a track edge right there, broke that traction on that car, and that is going to be a P3 there for Oliver. And Miss Devious is going to get back on track here and settle for P5. That was unfortunate, but absolutely great battling by those two drivers, and an absolutely unfortunate moment there for Miss Devious. And well, when you're racing hard like that, things happen. These tires are worn down, and that was a great fight right there. But unfortunately for Miss Devious there, the car didn't want to play nice. But it is going to be hair raiser here as we're just coming through our final few corners of the lap here. We're heading into Blois-Chaumont right now. Super high speed sector, full send here in these cars on these medium tires, as long as you get that turn in right. And then of course you got to navigate the very tricky final chicane leading into the start finish line. So it is going to be Hair Raiser who is going to bring home the win here in our special event night tonight, in our tribute race to the Smalley family. So congratulations to Hair Raiser for a great run. Piggums, ooh, binning it right there in the corner, and that's going to be a P2 for Oliver. So you know what, Piggums, I love you, brother. That was pretty spectacular, my guy. Cheers. Oliver is going to come through in P2. Piggums, absolutely top level right there, my guy. I know what you did there, and kudos to you. Mike in 4th place. We got Doug in 5th. We've got Miss Devious is out of fuel as she's heading into the chicane, and look at that. Jakey's going to come up in behind here, and he's going to give help to our driver who's stranded here, coasting down the track. So Jakey's going to get in behind there and push Miss Devious across the finish line here to finish the race up. So finishing it off with a great note of sportsmanship between the two drivers right here, and congratulations to both those drivers. So it is Hair Raiser in 1st, Oliver in 2nd, Piggums in 3rd, Mike in 4th. And you know what? That's what it's all about. Community definitely showing some love there on that track here today as well. All right, so our official results here, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this is not a points race. This does not count towards Round 9 GT4 Championship, which is normally broadcast here today. This was a community support event here today to show support to the Smalley family, and of course suffering some terrible loss. As parents, we all feel that one right in the feels. So we do appreciate everybody tuning in and all that support, everybody hanging out during the race. But to the drivers coming out on track, tucking those emotions in behind them and being able to focus the way they have today to put on such a great race for us, thank you to the drivers. Thank you to the staff for getting this together so quickly. Thank you to Miss Devious for the special logo. Thank you to Hypre for altering the graphics. Thank you to everybody who just stepped up, dropped everything they were doing to make this happen today, because that's what it's all about. We really do appreciate every member of our community, no matter how big or small, active or inactive they are. When they hurt, we hurt together. So much love to everybody taking part in the event here today, whether you're a racer, competitor, a staff member, or just a viewer. It all matters, and we appreciate that. So it is Hair Raiser with the win here today. Oliver in 2nd place. It will be Piggums in 3rd. Mike in 4th place. Doug in 5th. It will be Miss Devious in 6th place, with a little bit of a helping hand from Apex Jakey in 7th place. Larry will finish in 8th. I was going to put Superboiser in ninth place. Happy Pappy in a top 10 finish, and boy, he's been looking good this season, hasn't he, folks? Mustang coming in as a guest here this evening and finishing up here in 11th. Action Jackson in 12th. Brad's coming in as a guest driver here as well in 13th. Puzzlement here in 14th. Good race from her here tonight. And unfortunately for Bo Snipe, having some mechanical issue with that race car and going to finish up in P15 here today. So Jake's too fast for himself. I feel you, Chris. It's been a tough stream for me tonight, being a parent. Really trying to keep my own emotions in check. It's definitely been difficult. But kudos to the competitors. So we're going to give some time to the drivers to come into the chat here. Of course, we're going to do our podium interviews. We always do our podium interviews. That's how we roll. We got to talk to those podium finishers. They drove. They work hard. They deserve to have their moment in the spotlight. And it just so happens that one of those podium finishers happens to be Mr. Oliver Smalley himself. So we're going to give him an opportunity to really send this thing home and then just talk to us about everything that's been happening. Big love to these drivers and those behind the scenes. Rest in peace, loved ones. Appreciate you, Payme. We appreciate you, my guy. We do apologize to those, of course, the Facebook streaming dropping out. I have no idea what was going on with that. That's beyond my control, unfortunately. But we do have this recorded, so we can upload and of course, get that all posted up there and continue to get that reach and continue to get that awareness out there that there's a great organization out here doing some pretty great things. And if we're able, I think we should help them out. So we do appreciate everybody. Those that have donated, we do appreciate it. And there will be an event coming in the future for this solely as well. So we'll keep everybody updated for that. But let's go talk to some drivers, shall we, folks? That was some good racing right there. Good job, everybody. Tough night out there. And we're going to talk to our third and first place finishers first here tonight. And then we'll talk to Oliver final here to finish off for the evening. So let's jump and talk to Mike 1972 on the stream. And pretty good race here today. Now again, it's just a special event night here tonight, so we're racing for a reason, we're racing for a cause, and probably a little bit emotional being one of the drivers behind the wheels here today. Talk us through your race today, and thank you for coming out and showing that support today as well.
Yeah, it's just a pleasure to be in Molly. Start 7th. Made a bit of a mess all up. 1 or 2, I think, and dropped out the 11th. We decided, I think, I would go on a pure steering mission. Just try my way. It was quick.
It was an exciting race. There was lots of healthy battling on the race here today. You guys did a really great job. So, knowing that you're coming in racing for a different purpose, has that kind of changed the way you think about how you're going to approach your race?
A little, I suppose, yeah. Just a little more cautious overtakes and letting people come.
All right, we might have lost him there for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. So, again, it's a connection thing, so I do apologize about the big loud noise on everybody's ears. It happens sometimes, but boy, tech can be fun, can it? All right, well, let's go talk to, who do we got up in the chat here? Hairraiser. Hairraiser's one of the administration staff here, of course, at the GTRC, and coming in to talk on, I'm assuming, behalf of Pigham's here, our eventual race winner here today. So what do you got, break it down for us here, Razor. It was crazy racing out there, and I mean, the staff, the team, the drivers, everybody in the community coming together on a pretty short notice, getting this race set up and put together here, and I just want to say from my point of view, being the broadcaster here, that was an amazing job that you guys did here today, and we are having some technical difficulties here today, ladies and gentlemen. I am not sure what's going on here right at the moment. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave. I'm going to jump back in. Discord is funny sometimes. Hey, now I can hear Hair Razor. There we go.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, yeah. All right. I apologize about the technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. It's frustrating on such an important day today that we're struggling with some of these things. But you heard the questions, did you? Yes?
Yes, I did. Yes.
All right. So I'll let you take over from there, my man. Appreciate it.
Okay. Well, we've obviously done this for one of our own drivers. And it's such an emotional event for even myself as well. But anyway, yes. Obviously, I won the race, which was I wasn't expecting to be honest. But Oliver's a fantastic driver, and obviously we all clubbed together for him and for his amazing family.
Absolutely, and I mean, like I said, we eliminated the points factor in this race. We just kind of made round nine disappear, so to speak, off the schedule for this event. So coming in, knowing that you're just here to race and show support, does that change the way you prepare or the way you strategize for your races?
No, I still strategize and prepare in the same way as I would normally, because obviously you want to put on a good show, a good battle, and so long as it's clean and healthy, and also show respect, and that's what it was in aid of tonight,
I mean,
today.
absolutely. I mean, there was some great battles all race long around Spa here, all throughout the pack, and that does not exclude yourself. Yourself and Miss Devious there were close together for a very large portion of that race there, and you finally managed to take advantage, get around, and then open up that gap, and eventually bring it home for a race win. But let's talk about the battling. The battles, they were quick, they were decisive today. When the drivers decided that they were going to go for it, they went for it. But there was also some elongated battles where you guys were side by side through several corners around the racetrack here. I mean, how is that? Do you just kind of settle into your rhythm when it gets to that point? I guess everybody's definitely feeling confident on the racetrack today here, and there was a lot of that going on. So is it just a confidence factor, or I mean, is it just for the fit's sake that you guys are really just putting it all on the line today to put on a good show?
Well, obviously we want to put on a good show, but yes, it's Miss Davis did an amazing job, to be honest. She's a really good driver, to be honest, and I wasn't expecting obviously to be in a battle. I got my strategy worked out, and I was trying to stick to it. And when I saw Pigham and Doug going into the pits within after about 20 minutes or so, I knew they were going to do a two-stopper to my one stop. And obviously Miss Devious went in a lap before I did. So I thought she may have to stop again or conserve fuel. So yeah, I did try and get around, but she's one tough cookie to get around, I tell you.
The position there, but it was great battling out there. And I mean, eventually you got into some open space and you just managed to maintain that gap and ended up finishing that race with about 1 point seconds from Piggums, who really was charging hard. Piggums making a quote unquote mistake there coming out of the chicane at the end of the race there and dropping down to P3. But it was some great racing out there, yourself included. So I guess really the only thing left to do is just kind of leave it there for any final remarks for yourself and, of course, any shoutouts. And thank you for your support on this really important day today.
Thank you very much. I just want to shout out to the Smiley family. Just our thoughts and prayers are with them all. And congratulations to everybody for racing, and very well done. And thank you to everybody. That's all I can say really, because it's emotional at the moment, even for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been having a hard time keeping myself together here today too, as well. But that's a part of it. We feel the pain with our community. So we really do appreciate you and everything that you and the staff have done to get this thing directed and on the right foot. And I think it was a really great event. So thank you to the GTRC community and the staff for getting all this together for us here today as well.
You're welcome. Well done, everybody.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the man here, Mr. Oliver Smalley, this gentleman, I can't imagine the things that you and your family are going through. And, you have so much love and support from the sim racing community here. So I'm going to let you take the floor. The floor is yours. And you tell your story, my man.
I just don't know where to begin. I'm still tearing up now. So and everyone who knows me, and loads of fan supporters and everything. Everyone knows me for my laughter and everything as well, and support. And ages ago, when I joined the league in TTLM, I lost my daughter, and I was near enough 17 at the time, and seven, 17 at the time.
Take your time. Take your time.
And with everything going on, I did a little race, and it was for the Manufacturer Championship. And funny enough, it was in this car, and I scored an amazing P2 with my teammate K&K Dart the Spaniard giving me loads of support, race tips and everything, and we broke a Porsche 1-2. And on May 2nd, 2023, my son passed away. Some people out there might not understand the pain. Some people might understand after losing one kid. I'm 22 right now, and I'm just saying this now. Anyone who's gone through so much pain with this, or anyone who's having a kid and don't want to go through this much pain, just everyone try and stick together and be supportive with each other, as like this racing group today. It doesn't help as well that I've basically been on my own with up and down on my relationship with this, and it's so hard to imagine how am I still here, because I will say this now, there is times I just don't feel happy living in this world, living on this planet, and the amount of everyone's support in other race leagues, the fans, even list drivers, the amount of support has been incredible. And a lot of things that I can say is I'm doing a charity for this. As you can see, children in trust. It helps brain damaged children, because my son passed away because of having too much fluid on the brain, crushing his brain and shutting down his organs and all that. And it didn't help when he was born. First thing, 3 months in, he was basically stillborn, and how we managed to come out of this right now. Amazing how we came out and be. And although me and the partner are talking with everything with Ryan, we've got to, it's hard for me, not on any other part of the life, but maybe like I don't know, or would want to know, maybe she's found someone better, or moved on, or done something what's made her happy, but I'm still struggling and fighting. But everything's at the moment is perfect because we're working together on the funeral and all that, and that's where the charity came in, because all kids out there in the world deserves to be born as a normal child, not be born with finish the damn race, get to A to B, whatever position I get, and the other one is to finish on the podium. And if I do, I'll do the old Daniel Ricciardo Shuri, as everyone knows. And it's so great that I finished second when I lost my daughter, and I managed to pin second today for my son. And amount of everyone's support, I can't thank you all enough. I can't thank you how much it shows that everyone missed me in the league. Everyone who missed me as friends with this, and so
You're not alone,
so
my
hard.
friend. You're not alone.
I
You
just-
have a whole community here behind you, and we're here to do whatever you need us to do to keep you going, my guy. It's absolutely heart-wrenching to hear the words coming out of your mouth right now, but it's a part of the healing process, and we appreciate your strength and your support, and we only hope the best for you and your family moving forward.
I'm so thankful for everyone for their support, everyone. So, thank you so much for everyone. We'll get into the interviews on the race if you want, guys. Oh,
The floor is yours, my guy. This is about you. This is about your family. This is about, of course, the children's trust and everything that they do to help, of course, families like yourself in such, well, devastating and trying times. So the floor is yours. You take this thing away and you finish it off how you want to do it, my guy. And this is for you and your family. We love you guys, and you have a whole community behind you.
yeah. Anyway, with the race start, I'll go to that and then just say a massive thank you with everything with it. But the qualifying, I already had a bad situation in. When I loaded into the tyres, I got put on intermediate tyres and it wasn't ideal. So I got to change the tyres and all that and confirmed it just in case the game gave me intermediate, so I had to do like a full lap around it. Luckily it didn't, but when I tried to change the setup and all that, my game completely crashed and froze up, so I had to reboot the game. Everyone had 4 laps, I had to have 3 laps, and I even said if any 3 laps are not good, I'd rather start at the back and just work it out and push to my limits. And surprisingly, the first lap was the best lap. I couldn't push any more 10th or seconds out of the car. It was just the first lap, what was good enough for P5, and doing that formation lap as well. Wow, just that slow formation lap with everyone behind and leading the way was so special, and I'm glad I've done that right and lead the way for it, because I think at the end of the day, I didn't start doing this riding Isabella thing because it was all planned without me knowing, and my God, thank you for everyone who thought of that idea, it was amazing. But I thought I'll take the lead and lead everyone off, say a thank you for my kids, thank you for everyone as well, and lining it on and a minute silence. It was just tear breaking and all that. I better move my car, because if not, I'm gonna. There we go. If not, we're going to be disconnected, and I don't think people will be able to hear me anymore, unless everyone would want to wait for 10 minutes. But I don't want to waste time. Getting into the race, while having tears down the main straight, didn't help on the vision and all that. I wiped them out. Focused on trying to push into the formation I need. I only had near enough probably 12 hours practice, and out of that 12 hour practice I found the most incredible pace I could ever imagine. It was like, this was incredible pace I ever found in my life entirely. It's something brand new to me, and especially with changing my rig up as well, and changing it all up with the new pedals, so I won't have a lot of DCs anymore, or disqualifications, or DNFs, because of the hand pedals what I used to have. But racing on, I knew I had a chance to get in the top 3, whether strategy would come in to fair play, or whether I would make a mistake or spin out or get tapped. It was a whole different thing. So pushing hard towards it. I had Bo Snipe in my inside at turn 3. He put up a brilliant defence, so I had to then try and fight again. Unfortunately, he made like a tiny mistake, but I managed to slip through, so that was a nice push. Then I was in P4, chasing to Doug, Jake, and Piggins. Jake, I don't know what happened. I think he went wide near the penalty bit and caught on the AstroTurf and spun out. So it was an unfortunate race for him, but I wasn't going to complain. P3, already first goal achieved, get on the podium. Now, let's stick with it. Chasing Doug over and over, and amazing from Doug hosting all this event, and it's good to see him up there and fighting it all out really, really well. And especially on a pad as well. I just don't even know how that man just moves it. But when there's a job he needs to do, he knows how to do it, and he will not ever have a break at all, and he will just push himself to that limit. Why I have so much respect for Doug, and same with all the other drivers. That everyone has a limit, and they try and push. They may push too much, but it's a power race, and you gotta make some achievable goals, and that's what you do. Passing Doug, I think it was either I went up the inside at the bus stop chicane, braked so much later, but then he tried to come back at me on the main straight at turn 3. He got me there. Turn 4, and then he just went a little bit wide on the grass and unfortunately messed up the entry on turn 5. But managed to get through, but I got through, and then I easily breezed away. The next guy was, we would just have to say a champion driver, the Canadian Piggins. I just don't even know how you catch that guy. He's just so quick. And it was just basically me just trying to chase him down, but I just didn't have the pace. So I tried to think of a different strategy. I would try to go for a one-stop, but I just couldn't save the fuel, how much better Hair Razor could do it. So I tried to save fuel, but I thought, no, we've got 20 minutes left. I'll come in, fuel my car up to 10 laps, 9 laps, roughly that, because we kept doing some practice races for 20 minutes. And we knew 20 minutes is 9 laps, so I thought if I do that, I could get a strategy in. That put me down into 6th or 7th, I believe. I can't fully remember because I was just focusing at that point. And all I did was just push as best I can. First driver to chase down was Mike. No, was it? No, I think it was Doug, but he came in the pits. Then it was Mikey. Mikey was the first driver to chase down. But after I was right behind him, he went into the pits. What was perfect? No, he didn't. Tell a lie. I went in the inside, in the bus stop, and then after I saw him pit in. After that, I believe it was Jakey again, because he managed to do a great recovery drive, but with the first race unfortunately going downhill, he then came in. Then it was no, was it? I can't even remember. I think it was Mysterious or someone else. Yeah, it was Mysterious because I was in P5 at that point. Yeah, Mysterious for a woman driver who say that women can't race. Like, you gotta admit that there's like a load of rubbish in the world I've ever heard from whoever said that, because women can race. I know they can push you to the wall sometimes when they get angry, but men and women are very hard to understand, as I very know myself. But Mysterious, amazing battle, because it was on the last lap near enough, and I had to try and get her for P3, and how she done really well in defending was incredible. Turn 3, trying to go in the inside, defend perfectly. So I followed her by 4 and 5. We had a lap car, unfortunately, then in a way, but he moved out perfectly. Mysterious. I don't know if I've said that wrong. Do apologise. Mysterious then was at the downhill on the the 180 turn. She broke early. I bet she would, because the tyres must have been in pain at that point. Like, trying to carry like a long stint with tyres while weared out is a big challenge in itself, and she done really well. I broke late as I could around the outside. I was just ahead round the outside, so it was a perfect move. And that race overtake was amazing. How I just have it on the outside, then peaked on the inside, and how she managed to stay on the side of me as well. Perfect. I then took the exit on the corner. I don't think I squeezed her out because I think she was just behind, but I may have put her off and scared her, because she then went on the AstroTurf, and I turned around and looked in the mirror as well. I just saw her spun out. So it was unfortunate and unlucky, but the tyres must have been going at that point. But there was a great defence, and then coming all the way, I thought, I've got P3. I'm happy with that. I don't know what happened with Hair Razor or Pigham's, but I saw after a break so late, I got P3, and then all of a sudden I just see wave yellows. I thought, why we got wave yellows? And I just see Pigham's facing backwards on the main straight. So I thought, if I get the perfect traction, because soon I got on that bit of that narrow straight, he was just beside me. Whether I thought I'd give him some room or not, I thought, no, I thought I'll give him a bit of room, just try and push it to a bit where it's fair, but not like a bit out of order. I did that, and I crossed the line in P2, and I'm just absolute emotions coming out, tearing up, crying, and emotional support for everyone, especially everyone who joined this race, and also who watched this as well. And hopefully, if you can't, that's understandable, but done a donation, because the donation would be super important, not just only for me and how Ryan was in his life, but changing someone else out there in the world, or probably changing 2 or 3 kids out there in the world to have a better experience and a better lifestyle than how Ryan was, because that boy went through so much pain. He was near enough always in the hospital 24/7. And the amount of times I had to leave a race and just go to the hospital, just see him. And I thought, race can wait. My son is more important, because how Sebastian Vettel said, you just got to keep these memories in, because all these memories won't last forever. And that's what I done. And that's what I done for this race. Took every single overtake, every single battle, anything I can do, trying to get that car up. And although this is a goodbye from them, all good things must come to an end, but they'll never ever be forgotten. And I just want to say, I want to do this last little thing for them. A loving, well, hopefully if I can do it, 46 donuts for the 28th of Ryan being born and the 18th of Isabella being born. I may be a bit dizzy, but we'll see if we can do some. Hopefully I can, but if not, I'll just try and do 10. Hopefully. But thank you so much for everyone supporting me, the amount of support I've got from everyone, and hopefully if everyone could come out, feel free to do some donuts with me. Thank you everyone so much, from FRL, GTRC, the fans, my parents, even the carers, and everyone. Thank you so much for taking this moment to supporting me in this journey. And it'll be nice to be back in league racing, and hopefully bring back a fight what I will never forget, because she may break me down, but I can still find a way to come back, hopefully better than ever. I don't know if this is 46 donuts, but thank you so much everyone.
We
You've been
appreciate
amazing.
you. We really do appreciate your time and honesty, taking that time to talk with us and get very personal, and we really do appreciate that. And just know that when you're down, the community's here to pick you back up. If your family's down, the community's here to pick them back up. You're loved. We care about you, and we feel your pain with you. So we really do love you and appreciate you being here and taking that time to again come and tell the viewers and the community what it is that you've gone through and what you're still going through. We really do appreciate you. That brings more strength than maybe you realize. Harness that strength, use that strength, and always know that your two little angels are always in your heart and always there with you everywhere you go.
Thank you, everyone. Seriously.
We appreciate you, my guy, and we're here anytime if you need us. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was deep. That was deep. That was heavy. It takes a lot for anybody to come on live on a stream to talk to the world about what they're going through, to open up their personal lives like Oliver has just done. Thank you guys for sitting here and listening, for being here today, for supporting. I know we've had some big time technical difficulties with the stream today, and that can be fixed with some uploads of videos. These streams will be back on these channels. They will be there 100% without lag, proper video and feed for everybody to see. On behalf of GT45 Gaming and my community, our hearts are broken to hear the news, and our thoughts and prayers are with the family, and we're here for the family. To everybody who's tried to donate today, whether you've had success or not, we appreciate you. If you're not able to donate, it doesn't matter. Just being here and showing that support is worth more than any amount of money can ever provide. We lean on the community to help each other out. We see the community help each other out, and this community is top notch. When things like this come up and we need that support, we have more than we can handle. It's really a great community. It's a great community in real life, and it's a great community in the sim racing world, and I'm thankful for that because it allows us to show people they're not alone. We're here to help, and we'll get them through whatever it is that they're going through. We will be doing a full-on charity event for the Children's Trust in the future. We're going to give the family some time, obviously, to plan, grieve, do what they need to do, reach out, and we'll revisit that down the road when they're ready. We'll get with the organization, and we'll come up with something really fantastic and really show what the sim racing community can do. We appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody. This was a tough day. I'm sitting here behind a microphone just talking, and I'm devastated today. I feel that pain as a parent. I can't even imagine as a parent. And go hug those kids as hard as you can today because life's too short and life's too cruel. And Oliver, your family, a virtual hug from GT45 Gaming. I'm squeezing you all tight. I'm thinking of you. We love you. And thank you everybody for tuning in today. We appreciate y'all. We'll be back next week with our Radical Super Series Round 4. And then we'll have our GT4 Championship back on schedule for Round 10 the following weekend with No Liner Gaming and myself broadcasting. To the community, the GTRC, to all the teams, and to all the drivers that stepped in from outside the community to show that support today, thank you. And thank you to Gran Turismo to provide a platform for us to be able to do this. Tough day, emotional day, but an important day. And we're very thankful to have amazing viewers like yourselves tuning in and supporting. Again, I don't ask for this often, but today's a really important day. I need everybody to share this. Share. Get it out. Just because we're not live anymore doesn't mean the impact changes. They can still donate to the charity. They can see the broadcast. They can see what the community does. And they can hear his story. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here today. Stay winning. Have a happy Victoria Day long weekend for those of us in North America. And remember, you all matter.